Hey, this is Chuck, and you are listening to Fans with Bands, the podcast where we talk to the fans and the bands they dig about life, music, and whatever the hell else we want to talk about. Today on Fans with Bands, we are talking to Bloody Butterflies. Check it out. There it is. Hey, this is Chuck with Fans with Bands, and I'm talking to John and Abigail of Bloody Butterflies. How you guys doing?
Just great.
Good, what's up?
Hello from Owasso.
Oh, excellent. And we got a couple of fans. We've got Todd and Damon. How you guys doing?
Hi, Todd. Hi, Damon.
Sorry, I'm eating dinner.
Excellent. That's a perfect dinner time thing. Little Fans with Bands. Awesome. So John and Abigail, I think I caught you guys first time at Oigfest.
Okay.
And then just recently at Duo Fest. Both times, I had no idea when I saw you guys at Oigfest. I had no idea what you were going to be like. And then I heard it, and I was like, "Wow, this is really cool." This kind of sludgy, it's hard to describe. And I want to get your description of it too, because I struggle with it. But I thought it was awesome, And then I listened to the album. What is it? Polymorphic. That's right. I wanted to say primordial or something like that. But it's polymorphic.
That sounds cool too.
And it's got that same, like kind of raw, sludgy energy. And I've got questions about that too. But anyway, I loved your music, and I thought, it would be fun to talk to you guys on here. So how did you guys get together as a band? How did that happen?
Want to take it?
Yeah. Actually, we were at Oigfest 2020 at Max right before everything shut down.
Yeah.
And both of our bands, John was in Hordes and I was in No Skull. We were both on breaks with our bands anyway. And then we decided, we figured out we lived in the same town. We didn't realize that. And then we just decided to smash music in my basement real hard. And then we decided to make it a real band, I guess.
Yeah.
It kind of happened, and then
Awesome.
So a 2-person band during COVID was a little easier than
Yes.
Yeah. So you guys, basically met up right before everything should hit the fan, and then once it was cool, you guys were had a place to go jam and work on music. So when was the album recorded? Was it during the pandemic? Shortly after?
Yeah. It came out fall of 2020.
We were at Troubadour with Corey.
Yeah.
And
we have both worked with Corey before, so we knew it would be an easy album to work through, and that we kept the song simple, the overdub simple, and we're okay, here it is, this is where we're at, first time, first songs.
Yeah. First
awesome.
smash.
Yeah. Well,
everything that's on there are the first songs.
Excellent. Did you have to pick and choose, or was it that you were ready? Those are the tunes you were going to roll with.
That's what we had.
Those are the songs we just had, because it just kind of worked out. It was really fast. We didn't have to spend a lot of time writing. John had a lot of riffs already written. I had a lot of beats already done. We just put them together.
Cool. And
didn't have to wait for lyrics.
Yeah, I was going to say.
We don't wait for lyrics.
Well, and I am curious about that, because I was kind of wondering how songwriting was for you guys, but it's an instrumental duo, so don't have to worry about lyrics, don't have to really worry about vocal melodies or anything. It's the guitar and drums together. So what is that like for you guys? Do each of you come in and I've got part of this riff or something and just kind of flesh it out together,
usually,
or full scale things?
Usually I have too many riffs in my head and recorded on my phone that I can even deal with. And I just try to pick and choose the ones that click at practice. And Abigail is really good helping me arrange things, I have this one here and that piece there, and to go, that'll work with this, and here's this, let's speed it up a lot more. There's a lot of songs I brought to practice that she's either sped up or slowed down, and it works a lot better, clicks in. And the only thing we ever obsess over is playing parts too many times and boring people. So hopefully we haven't bored people, but otherwise it's pretty fast for us.
Awesome. Well, I think that's kind of the appeal of your music, is because there is sort of not repetitive, but there's like this, I don't know, a motif that goes through a certain tune, and you'll play along that and do something with it. But it does have a familiarity as you're listening to that song, and you can kind of like just let it wash over you, and it's really cool music. I found I listen to it when I'm like writing, so it's you just have it in the background, and it's because you don't have any lyrics or anything to like kind of throw you off. It's just the tune, and it's just kind of cruising along. So it's very cool. How do you come up with the names though? Because I'm like, what?
Okay.
Like
okay. So the names,
sled. Like, what the hell?
the names are pretty much, we don't name them until we're inspired, and whatever we come up with, we're like, that's it. And if it may be silly, it might be deep, like toilet spider, we're like, okay, it's toilet spider, that's what it is.
John had a toilet spider,
Yep,
for real. So we just were working on a song, and just so we could separate it from all the other nameless things we were working on. That's toilet spider. We named them after our pets.
We have we have 2 songs after the pets. We've got one named after Frandor. It's but we don't force it though. It'll stay pretty much nameless until one of us got a name. They were inspired.
Excellent. Does it? I mean, when you are coming, so pet names, but like Quasi, where does that come from? What is
Quasi?
That's my cat's name.
Oh, so it is a pet.
Yeah. Quasi's my cat. He's orange and he's big and he likes to jump really high, and he's cool. He's like my best friend. So you got to have a smashy song about your cat.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That light is like
okay.
Get a little glare there. Okay. Yeah, it's kind of cool. It's like the rays of the sun are shining on John. It's like, whoa.
The rays of the basement.
Yeah.
You got a basement ray.
Odd.
We've got a couple other fans, Chris and Sarah. Can you guys hear us?
Hey, Chris.
What's up?
Hey.
Hey.
Yeah,
Sarah and Joe.
What's up, Sarah and Joe? Nice to hear you.
Very good.
Likewise.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So
we're wanted by the FBI, so
no worries. Yeah, no worries. So Fans with Bands isn't just about me, talking to you guys. It's also about the fans getting their questions if you have any. So fans, Chris, Sarah, Damon, Todd, anybody have any questions they want to ask the Bloody Butterflies? And if it's cool if you don't have any.
I wasn't prepared. Give me a minute.
All right.
Okay.
You can jump in later. Yeah. So where did the name come from of your band? Yeah.
The accountant at my work actually named it. She was talking about this thing she watched on butterflies and how kind of metal it was, how they're all, they go through different stages. That's where polymorphic came from. But just when they're coming out of a cocoon, even, it's not just like beautiful, what you would think is nice, shiny butterfly. Like it's pretty brutal at times. So she just said, man, like Bloody Butterflies, that sounds like a band name. And I'm like, I'll pay you in merch if we can use that. She was totally cool with that. So thanks, Rebecca. I know you're not on, but
that's awesome. Yeah, because when I was, I think after I saw you guys at OIGS, I was writing up about all the bands, and I like to try to do a little research about the band if I don't know them, very well, and to find out, like, if I can, like through the wonders of Google, trying to figure out, like, how did they come up with this name? Is it some kind of thing that I don't know about? Like, you guys know the guys, Bubak. I was like, what the fuck's a bubak? And then, find out it's like a Czechoslovakian like boogie band or whatever, So I was looking for Bloody Butterflies, and I think I found something where there's like there's a website that has like, I don't know if it's D&D or some kind of characters, but there's a bloody butterfly there. I was wondering.
Cool.
Yeah.
But that's even better story.
Yeah.
There's a story we didn't even know about her.
Right. I know. You got to search for it. That's crazy. So you guys are in Owasso, and is there plans for you guys to, like, I know you've been doing a bunch of different shows. Are you planning to like do some more stuff around the state or head out of state, or what are the plans there as far as like getting
Yeah,
more
we're
gigs?
kind of penciled in to do a couple in Ohio. Hopefully we're going to hook up with Night Goat and play down there. And I've talked to a couple, hopefully Chicago, just like the Midwest, do a little jaunt in Midwest.
If it works out.
Yeah.
Cool.
And stay in Michigan as well, because there's a lot of cool places here to play
Yeah.
in Michigan.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know about where I live.
Yeah.
Maybe
Well,
there is. Maybe I just don't know. I just don't
Isn't
spend
there
a lot
some
of
new
time.
place by you guys, like in that mall?
Yeah, we're going to go check that out on Friday. It's in the go-kart center in Meridian Mall. Yeah, check out Anvil Crawler there.
Oh, when are they playing? Friday?
Friday.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
I know.
If Anvil's playing at the mall, I want to go to the mall.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I've got the Ipsy Beer Fest, so that's why I was like, why the fuck am I not going to that? But okay, that makes sense now.
Yeah.
So,
you have a good excuse.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I've got to take some pictures of people drinking beer and drink some beer myself.
Okay.
That sounds cool.
Nice.
So I'd like to get into like some of the origin story for you guys. So how did each of you get into playing music, and specifically the music that you like to play now? And I don't care who
You
wants
can
to
go
go
ahead
first.
if you want.
Man. Well, I've been playing in bands that went nowhere since the 80s, since the early 80s. Like, there's always some kind of self-sabotage or explosion of personalities or something. The last one, Hordes, that was a good decade of that. That went, no complaints there. But I've always listened to like way too much different kinds of music. So I didn't have any like grand plan for Blade Butterflies, except that I was changing from being a bass player to a guitarist. So my abilities are going to be somewhat limited. I was going to try to push it at like no glorious solos or anything.
We don't like to solo anyway.
No.
It
it was just whatever came natural with us bashing away. And I was going to try to force us to play any kind of genre. But that's it. But
so had you had or had not played guitar before this band?
Just bashing around at home, playing along with Misfits records or something like that. It's like nothing serious. But I played for about maybe 4 months in a shoegaze band that was just a one and done kind of project. Actually, we just played. It was the four of us were in different bands, and our only goal was to open for Calliope at Max as a shoegaze band, and just that. And there is talk with Phono 4 Records. They might issue the demo that we did that was also never finished because I didn't put vocals on it, but it might just come out as is like that.
Is that the name of the album?
That just the band was basically. But yeah, that was basically the only thing I've ever done guitar in. I've always been a bass player since I was like 15 years old.
Oh wow, cool.
But if I'm just playing along with records by myself, it's sometimes more fun to play guitar than bass. So I've always had like some kind of guitar around to bash on.
Cool, excellent.
And you? Your life history?
No, like my parents are classical musicians.
Oh wow.
So I got started that way. So I was pretty lucky early on when it came to like music theory and things like that. But I was always expected to fit into these boxes I don't fit in, or the box doesn't fit me or something.
Yeah.
And I'd get in trouble for bashing too hard or rocking too hard. And finally I'm like, I just want to break my drums, and that's going to be how I play my stuff. I don't get super technical. I just can't do technical anymore. But yeah, I did hand drums for a long time, like percussion, just kind of by accident. And then finally it opened up in No Skull that I could play drum set, and I've always wanted to. So that's just what I want to do. I don't want to play anything else. I don't want to sing. I don't want to do anything else. I just want to hit my drums really hard, and hopefully it's everyone else.
There's nothing wrong with that. hell.
Luckily, my husband likes it, doesn't mind. My cat deals with it fine. So it works out.
It
My
works
neighbors
out.
are nice about it too. So
Yeah, we've been lucky with that.
yeah,
Whew.
we don't
Oh.
play late.
Yeah.
Plus,
Nice.
we don't stay up late.
Yeah.
But you guys, you just practice at Abigail's basement, or
Yeah.
all right, cool, excellent. Yeah, it's good to have neighbors that are at least understanding, and that you cut things off. Because I remember when I was in battalion, this speed metal band way back in early '90s. We practiced at my house in the basement, and I lived in a subdivision in Pinckney, and I don't think any of those people had any idea what was going to happen there, because we would shut it down by 10, but it was fucking loud, and we had like a walkout, and we tried to like barricade it, but we're like up, like fucking marshals and everything. It's fucking loud in there.
Yeah.
And the neighbors were like, what the fuck? couple times our
music.
neighbor came across the street. He goes, can you not? I'm like, dude, it's we only practice like 2 nights a week, so you're just gonna have to fucking deal with it. But luckily he didn't call the cops or anything like that, so it worked out.
That works out.
Yeah.
We've been lucky about that so far too. It's just, you never know. Like, I'm always keeping like an eye out. Like, is someone frustrated? Like, we're in the kind of like faraway neighbor wave thing with neighbors, so it's cool with that. No one's in our business. We're not in theirs.
Yeah.
So far, but if somebody was like, "Will you just not today?" I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I'll just give them a free album.
Yeah.
Well, do you ever get any hangers on that come over just to hang out when you're practicing?
Sometimes we invite people over for a private show, especially some of our friends that don't want to go to shows live still.
Yeah.
It's easier if they can come over here. We have a little bar in the basement you can sit at and like
awesome.
And then jump in the pool when you're done.
Don't tell anybody. Everybody will be here for the pool.
Yeah. They'll be like calling you guys up. Hey, I heard you guys got a pool and you do parties.
It's like a kiddie blow up pool, right?
Yeah, right. That's it.
It has poop in it.
Cat poops in it all the time.
Right. Yeah.
There, I solved it.
Oh man. So part of the origin thing that I like to get into is like first albums and concerts. So what was the first album you ever bought, Abigail, or cassette or CD or whatever was
I'm trying to think. I can't really remember the first tape I bought, but I know that I bought tapes back in the day, especially when this like singles came out.
Yeah.
I remember buying like a Police single, and I can't remember the song actually, but I might still have it somewhere. But when BMG came out was a thing, I got a lot of albums for that. And that was like I grew up in a conservative household where I didn't always listen to mainstream radio.
Oh.
But my thing was late at night on the weekends, I'd listen to the jazz station would be on the weekends. And that was my thing that I did. And then later, I just started listening to the radio, and then I'd go to the store. And so BMG, it was everything from like, Dr. Dre and Tribe Called Quest to like Nirvana and like, what I mean? Like stuff like that.
Yeah. It was like the after, like, so the earlier one I think was Columbia House, or maybe it was going on at the same time, but you'd like a penny, you'd get 10 albums or something like that.
Yep.
Yeah.
You got so many.
Yeah.
So many.
I had friends who had multiple addresses for that. It was bad.
Yeah, because then you start getting the bills for shit that you were supposed to send back and shit. And like, fuck, what the hell?
Yeah.
I don't know how to send stuff. I still don't know how to send stuff back.
Yeah, I think my mom got pissed one time because she's like, they're threatening to, to send us to court. I go, Mom, I don't even know I don't know how it got here.
I remember trying to explain, like, I had this West Side Connection album, like CD, and my parents were like, "What is this?" And I was like, "It's instrumental."
Oh no!
I mean, there's music in it, and then there's a lot of words in it.
Oh,
Please don't play it.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
John, how about you?
Like I had a musical family too, so I kind of got my mom's collection that was like Beatles and Donovan and
Nice.
stuff like that. So I can't remember what the first thing I got, but it was probably something like Led Zeppelin 4 or something. I was like pure like Led Zeppelin, AC/DC, Black Sabbath kind of stuff, like brings up Detroit radio.
Yeah.
I lived right outside Detroit, so I was hearing that, and I was hearing P Funk and the Electrifying Mojo and stuff like that. So it was pretty basic to start with, something like that.
Nice. Very cool. Let's see. Fans, how about Sarah? What was your first album?
Sarah.
Oh, Sarah, can you
Or
hear us?
Todd.
Oh,
Are you there, sir?
Joe and Sarah.
da, 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 da. Oh, there.
Hello.
Hey, there you are.
Hey.
I
What's up,
unmuted.
Joe and Sarah?
What was your first album, Sarah?
I don't know.
Oh, Sarah doesn't know. Mine was Jimi Hendrix Smash Hits.
Oh, nice. That's an
Yeah.
awesome one.
And then and it was a good single with that and Nirvana Come As You Are.
Nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's pretty
Excellent.
sweet.
Excellent. Did you
And
buy?
I still owe Columbia House about $5,000.
Oh no.
Me and
Awesome.
Joe are the same age, so we went through the same things with that, I think.
All right. Excellent. Hey, Todd, how about you?
Todd, where?
My uncle gave me Meet the Beatles when I was 5.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I had that. Then the first tape I ever bought was either Weird Al in 3D or Condition Critical by Quiet Riot.
Ooh, nice.
Nice. Excellent. Weird Al, that's come up a couple times in other episodes. Somebody, and
I
Todd,
like
I know
Weird
you were
Al.
on one of the other ones, so maybe it was you. But somebody else was like into Weird Al too. I was like, what the hell?
I kind of want to see Weird Al live though. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, Just Eat It was. I remember borrowing Just Eat It from a friend, my brother's friend. Wasn't even my friend at the time.
Okay.
Oh man. Yeah.
He did that.
Weird
He
Al.
sang with the Pixies on, I think it was I Bleed or whatever.
He did?
It was, yeah, like a one-time performance thing, but it's like, hey, we're
Okay.
he's a huge Pixies fan, so
Awesome.
cool guy. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damon, how about you?
He's gonna talk.
He's maybe
Come on,
maybe
Damon.
he'll talk. No. Oh, he's not.
You
He's
don't
not.
have to if you're not ready.
Yeah, it's okay, man. We'll move on. So, how about first concert that you guys went to? Who wants to go first? John, Abigail.
My dad used to take me to random club shows, and
Nice.
he lived in California, so I saw like Joe King Carrasco and the Crowns was like this Tex-Mex band that was on indie labels and stuff, and
Excellent.
the Bus Boys. I saw the Bus Boys when I was like 13 or something.
Awesome.
But then I saw the usual huge Detroit mega show. I saw like Rush and Van Halen both in 1980, and those
Ooh.
were my first big shows, like big
Yeah.
rock things where I was like, oh crap, like everybody's smoking weed and like loud as hell, like
Yeah.
and everybody solos. It's a little
At the
different,
same time.
but it was kind of funny seeing like little club show indie shows and then seeing the big one and like, oh, this is not the same, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can't
I
see
don't
the
even.
band.
I don't know what I would have done if I'd ever saw a small club show first. You know, because
Yeah,
the big, those big shows, that's what you're used to. And then when you go to a smaller show and you see like a band you really dig, you're like, holy shit, this is fucking awesome. And that's all you want to ever do, right? You never want to go to
I
the
mean, you're
big
making
shows.
eye contact with the band at little shows, and then
I like
you're
that. better.
yeah.
Yeah.
It was kind of a shocker to go to Cobo Hall after that.
Yeah.
I was like, I want to go back to the club.
Right. Because I might have been at that show that you were at. Did you see
Which
Van
one?
Halen at Kobo?
Yeah, it was Women and Children First
Yeah.
tour,
Yeah.
and Rush was the Moving Pictures tour.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went to both of those, and
Oh damn, man. Yep. Those are awesome.
yeah,
Can't complain.
the Van Halen one at Kobo, there was that really super high, the very last ring, there,
Yeah. Yeah.
and we were literally like 2 rows from the end, like
Oh
from the wall. Yeah,
no.
so
Oh
Van
man.
Halen's this little speck down there. We're like,
Dude,
oh,
yeah.
it sounded
I
good.
I got floor seats for both of those, but it
Oh, awesome.
was still like I think I was pretty close for Rush. I could see what was going on.
Yeah.
It was we was doing the bass pedals, and I was like, "What is that?"
Yeah.
That was new to me, but yeah,
Yeah.
that's funny. How about you?
I had to go to a lot of like orchestra stuff back in the day with my family, but like the first like concert that I remember going to was Reading Rainbow Live with LeVar Burton and
Yeah.
Flint, and it was
Yeah.
awesome.
Yes.
That's all I remember. I remember it took a long time to start, but like LeVar Burton was always cool, still is. And
Yeah.
then they sang
Wow.
like this round song. I think something happened technically, so it's like let's sing a song forever. I'm
No.
singing with LeVar Burton. This is the only time I want to sing. That was it.
Awesome.
I feel like I'm going to my first shows now though with John because I get to see like bands that I've always wanted to see, but nobody would want to go with me or something.
Oh, that's
you
cool.
know,
Like-
it's too heavy or something. So now
Yeah.
it's like it can't get heavy enough.
Mhm.
It's boring if it's not too heavy.
So that kind of like what were one of those shows that you wanted to go to but you hadn't been able to, or nobody wanted to go with you?
Well,
You
like
remember?
we went to Primitive Man twice now,
Yeah,
Oh,
yep.
yeah.
and Full of Hell.
Yeah.
I like Dave Bland, obviously, who doesn't, for drums. And when we saw Primitive Man the first time, Jarhead Fertilizer played that show at the Sanctuary. And it took me like, I don't know, a couple days after to realize that that's Dave Bland's other band. And I was just right there. Like
Yep.
I don't know. I started pacing at work when the pieces were starting to like go together. And I was just like started breathing really hard. I'm like, John, who's in like,
Yeah.
what did we just see? I was texting like
Yeah. Like you just saw half a Full of Hell.
Yeah.
Surprise.
because I remember seeing the guitar player, I think his name is Brandon or something, I don't know, but he used to play bass in Full of Hell. I'm like, wow, that guy looks a lot like, Full of Hell's old bass player, because it is.
Yeah. Mhm.
Because that's the same person.
That's awesome.
It was great.
That
Was like in December, so it wasn't that long ago.
Awesome. Excellent. Let's see. Sarah, how about you? What was your first concert?
Oh, you can call me Joe.
Oh, sorry, Joe.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I don't have a Zoom account, but
No worries.
technically, I was just thinking, Don, do you remember? I think I almost called it Common Ground. It was like homegrown something they had
yeah.
at the Union. I went and saw Day 28 and El Smasho
Oh
and
yeah.
the East Lansing punk bands of the early 90s. And then my first big one was Lollapalooza 93, and that was Rage Against the Machine and Dinosaur Jr. and Alice in Chains and Babes in Toyland and
Yeah.
And don't forget
nice.
the tornado.
the tornado that
Was that
blew Dinosaur Jr. off the stage, and then Alice in Chains came on an hour later. They opened with Rain When I Die, and we were like, oh.
was
Um,
was that the one in Milan?
yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God, that was
Were you there?
awesome. Yeah. Hell yeah.
Nice.
Because that was the I think maybe the second Lollapalooza I had been to, but that one, a couple things. It was hot as fuck, right? Because
Yeah.
it was like 100 and some thousand degrees, and I dropped acid, and
Oops.
it was really good because
I hope
as
you
soon
picked
as,
it up.
as soon as it started kicking in, fucking Tool came on. They were playing the side stage. I had no idea what the fuck that was, and I was like, oh.
Right.
Oh man, that was, and then we were up front, because Primus was there too, right? And
Yep.
Alice in Chains, and they were squirting us with hoses and stuff because it was so fucking hot. But yeah, that was great. Rage Against the Machine, yeah. Whew. That was
Television.
good.
Yeah. And we found out about Tool like maybe a month after that. And we were like, oh man, because we missed that one. But
Oh yeah, it was so good. Oh my God, yeah.
yeah, and I told my mom it was a big folk festival. Years later, she's like, that was not a folk festival.
There were folks there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Music for the people.
That's right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, awesome. Todd, how about you? What was your first show?
My first one was either Blackfoot at Hart Plaza in Detroit, or John Kay and Steppenwolf at the Clare County Fairgrounds.
Wow. Wow.
Nice.
Both solid.
And I was at Lollapalooza '93. I kicked somebody accidentally in the head
That was
trying
me.
no. This is, you said you didn't see Tool. I was trying to crowd surf during Tool with the other
Oh.
50 other people there,
Yeah.
because there's only 50 of us watching them on the side stage.
It was
That didn't work
crazy.
out very well.
Yeah.
You knocked
Yeah.
it out of my memory with your.
I remember there was like a little dust bowl because people were moshing and everything, and it was so dry there. There's like all this dirt
Mhm.
floating around, tools up there. Oh, it was like wild. Yeah, and there was people trying to crowd surf, and there's only, like I don't know, 20 people. They were
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Explain-
I saw one guy and I said, because it was my first time ever crowd surfing. I did it during Rage Against the Machine.
Oh,
And I said, I
awesome.
got to do this again.
Yeah.
And I tapped some guy on the shoulder. I'm like, lift me up. They lifted me up. I made it 2 feet. And they dropped me.
Oh,
Oh,
That's
do you remember
hilarious.
there was people being like flung skyward? They had the big
Yeah.
blankets, and they were like
Yes, the blankets.
flinging
Yeah.
the people up, and we were
Yeah.
next to this one guy, and like they almost missed him. He almost like landed on his head. That we just grabbed him, and then some guy slapped me on the back and said, "You're next, buddy," and I just like stuck out of there. It was like, I could saw it.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that was the only Lollapalooza I went to. I don't know what. Are they even still doing it?
They were in Chicago, like just
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
yeah. But I've not
Right, well,
gone to
yeah.
one. Yeah. Yeah,
I've never
that I mean, I don't even think I went to another Lollapalooza after that because
Mhm.
I don't know.
Why bother?
Yeah.
I went to 94. They had
Was-
4 shows in 94 in Detroit.
Hmm.
Oh wow.
And I went to the last one because it was the only night Nick Cave didn't get booed off the stage. And then
I was at that one,
Beastie
yeah.
Boys, Beastie Boys stopped their set because people were picking up the sod and throwing it under the pavilion.
Oh yeah.
Ugh.
I remember
Ouchie.
that.
Yeah, I'd have liked to have seen the one where Cypress Hill and Sonic Youth but I saw the Simpsons episode, so
It's just as good.
yeah.
Awesome. So John, Abigail, if you could hang out and have a beverage, whatever your favorite beverage is, with somebody alive or dead, who would you like to sit down and just chat with and have a beer or a coffee or whatever with?
Wow. I'm trying to think, like, did they want to hang out with me? I don't know.
Well, they may not, but they're gonna have to. So yeah.
Well, I have had a 40 with John Brandon before, and I haven't done that in a long time, and I'm feeling overdue. He's a hoot to hang with and watch old Alice Cooper videos.
I'm thinking Little Richard.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah, that would be super cool.
I'd like to hang out. I mean, I know he just passed away kind of recently, but
Yeah.
even when I was a kid, I was aware of Little Richard,
Yeah.
and I always thought he was huge time and great and cool. And I read about him, later in
Yeah.
life. I was always impressed. But
Mhm.
Yeah, he lived
Yeah.
quite a long time, and he did a lot of stuff because so if you're into podcasts, hopefully you are, but there's this
Mhm.
really great one. It's called A History of Rock in 500 Songs.
okay.
The
gonna
dude
write
the
that.
dude starts in 1938 with some concerts that Benny Goodman put on as kind of their precursor to rock and roll, and then gets into like R&B, which is one of the major feeders into rock music. But he talks about I think Little Richard's real name is Richard Penniman, maybe,
Mhm.
and talks about how he had been in like these jump bands that like these kind of like the precursor to rhythm and blues, but he'd been in these jump bands playing piano, and doing a little singing, and been with these other people, and then you know, I haven't got to I'm only like 30 episodes in, and we're at Chuck Berry.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Chuck
but
Berry.
yeah, but it's really good, and it's really, you know, I don't think of myself as a music nerd because I don't really remember all that. There's some people, they can rattle off like this album, this album. I don't know if you guys know Scott Lambert from
Mhm. Yeah.
Thousand Yard Stare.
Thousand Yard Stare. Yeah.
That dude, you talk to him about especially metal. Fuck, he's like an encyclopedia. He would like, oh yeah, that's so
Whoa.
and so from X bottle. I'm like, holy crap, man, I can barely.
I'm always
remember
impressed
my
by
name.
people that are
Yeah.
encyclopedias for something
Mhm.
that's really helpful.
Yeah. But anyway, that podcast is really cool, and you talking about Little Richard reminded me of that thing. So
I wrote that down. So
oh,
I'll give
yeah.
it a chance.
Yeah.
yeah, give
I
it
like to
give
learn
it a
about
try.
stuff anyway. So if I
Yeah,
can listen and learn, cool.
yeah. I think you might have to speed it up a little bit. The guy talks really slow, but
Oh, yeah.
so if you can, I put it at 1.2, and it kind of moves.
Oh,
Just
really?
call
Okay.
into work. So I have time.
Double speed. Double speed.
It works a little better if it's a little faster.
That's a good tip.
Yeah. So Joe, how about you? Who would you like to hang out with and have a beverage if you could?
That's a really good question. I almost said pass, but probably Tom Waits, but I'd be so afraid of making an ass of myself or annoying him or something, you know. But that's who first came to mind. Like either
Yeah.
him or Captain Beefheart or some sort of musical inventor, probably.
Yeah, that's awesome. Todd, how about you?
Probably Jack Kerouac before he became a huge alcoholic.
Mhm.
Although I love hanging out with John and Abigail too. So
Yeah,
And
there
Scott.
you go.
I love
There you
hanging
go.
out with all of you.
yes, yeah,
Awesome.
hanging out with Scott Lambert and drinking beer with him is always a pleasure.
Yeah, he is awesome. What else was I going to ask you guys? Shoot, I lost my train of thought. Damn. No, I'm blanking out on what I was going to ask you guys. Oh, if you could play anywhere in the world, where would you like to play, and who would you like to have on that bill with you?
Wow, that's a good
Oh
question.
man. How
And I'm sure it probably changes. Like today, you're thinking, "Oh, this band." Tomorrow, "Oh, shit, I should have thought so."
I was just thinking the other day I wanted to play Red Rocks. I don't know if I'd regret that, but I do.
Yeah.
I would play Red Rocks.
I would totally play Red Rocks. I don't care who was on the bill, but
Yeah.
so like, I mean, I could pick a dream lineup, but it would probably be people who would blow us off the stage.
Well, that's why we would open.
Yeah, we yes.
There you go. Well, yeah. So if you could open for somebody, who would you like to at Red Rocks?
Oh shoot. Well,
Worm Rot.
Worm Rot. Good
You might
choice.
have to change all of our band songs to
Yeah.
fit it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
It'd be a bit
why
awkward.
not? Well, you know, I like those shows. That's what I kind of liked about Duo Fest is that you have different stuff, right?
Mhm.
Instead of just like everything's like crushing grind or crushing death metal or whatever, you get a little bit of something, you know, it may be not necessarily your cup of tea, but then you get something else. It's like, oh, that's pretty cool. I never really would have thought of going to check that out. But then you find like, oh, this is really cool. Because I had
like that
not listened to End before. And I may have seen those guys before somewhere and I just forgot. But when I saw them again at Duo Fest, I was like, wow, this is really cool. And it's not
They were
necessarily
sweet,
something
yeah.
that I would necessarily get into. Like if I saw like experimental electronic music, I'd be like, no, pass, right? And then
Mhm.
you go and you're like, oh, huh, that's what you get for passing.
yeah, I like when there's a mix of different types of talent.
Yeah.
Just gives you a chance to see a bunch of different things at the same time. So
Yeah. So Abigail, are you down with Red Rocks, or is there another place you'd like to go to?
I have been to Red Rocks one time, and it was awesome. And it was probably, at least for my small experience with larger venues like that, it's probably the best acoustics I've ever heard, just naturally. And it's cool. It's outside. There was like rainbows. There was a deer partying in the parking lot.
Awesome.
Yeah, I mean,
I
yeah,
mentioned,
that's actually,
I mentioned sunsets look pretty awesome from there
Yeah.
too. That's how I was thinking.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But
I
yeah, if I
definitely
say
would like to
like
go.
we'll open for Iggy there or something where we know we don't stand a chance and like no lower expectations.
I want to play with Beethoven and
Yeah, exactly.
Ludwig
Miles,
van-
Miles Davis.
Yeah. Just open for John Cage. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where,
I
where's
want to
Red
open for
Rocks? I'm not
Noise
familiar with it.
Ghost.
I think Red Rocks is outside of Denver, right? Or in
Yeah.
Denver?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's in
yeah.
Morrison.
Uh,
I think it's Morrison, Colorado.
Yeah.
I
What's
have
up,
heard
Joe?
of it. Then. How much?
So,
I just saw Todd at the store earlier. He was talking to you, John.
Yep. Yeah, he was
And now look at
Good
us.
seeing you
later.
guys.
so Joe,
That's
if you could go to anywhere in the world, go see a show, where would you go? And who would you see?
Red Rock sounds pretty cool. That's I don't know. I'm sorry. Like Living or Dead. Who would I see?
Yeah, it could be anybody.
Oh gosh. Already saw Iggy. I did see him again. Maybe in the 70s.
Oh yeah.
I wouldn't mind going to CBGB, if
Oh,
we could
yeah.
time travel. Like, I don't know. I'm sorry.
No, it's good, man.
That's a big question. The pyramids, and I'd like to see
Yeah.
Gandhi and
Yes, outside of the
Um,
pyramids. That would be awesome.
I was just thinking any random band I wouldn't mind singing again.
Yeah.
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 Red
all right.
Rock sounds pretty cool though.
Cool. Sounds good. Todd, how about you? Who would you like to see or play? Because you're in a band now.
That's a good question. As far as playing, I know it's lame, but I always wanted to play Common Ground here in Lansing.
Oh, cool.
Oh,
I
that'd be sweet.
don't know why, but I always did. Never got the chance to. But if we were to open for somebody, I don't know. Hordes would have been a good one to open up for horrors.
Yeah.
Just on
Yeah.
wordplay
Yeah.
alone.
We never got the chance. Darn it.
Curse it. You can try again.
That's never too late. Unless is Horse still together?
The short answer is no.
I'm sorry. I said the one without the D. Are they
Horse.
still?
Horrors? Yeah,
Yeah.
John and I just went and saw them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, could you theoretically still open for them if Hordes got back together?
Yeah.
You could. Awesome.
This has to happen. It's up to you, Chuck. You're the organizer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ah.
Oh Lord. So, kind of going a little bit back onto a question about origins as far as being musicians. Is there a particular person, another musician, or could have been somebody in your family, or a band that really inspired you to want to do play music?
Well, that's, for me, it was Peter Hook from Joy Division. That's when I
Nice.
first heard of him and Lemmy. That's the first time I heard bass players coming out nasty, distorted, and to the front and taking the lead. And I was like, yeah, that's why I would some counter melodies or something, like make
Yeah.
yourself heard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool. Abigail, how about you?
I have 3 actually. Well, I guess it would be 4 total people, but my mom's dad played the fiddle. They're from Alabama, from Montgomery.
Oh, right.
And yeah, he was super old school, quiet person. And he just ripped on the fiddle. He was dying of cancer. And
Oh,
we
wow.
went to kind of see him for the last time back in the day. And he
Yeah.
got out of bed and got his fiddle out. And he said, let's play. And my mom sat down at the piano. My aunt got on the violin.
Oh,
Yeah, it was like that. I'm like, okay, you
Wow.
play till you die, literally. It was so metal.
Yeah.
So they played a lot of country, folky stuff, old
Yeah.
school hymns.
I love that stuff, actually.
My dad can play a cathedral pipe organ, which is pretty metal to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of grew up on the bench, sitting on the bench next to him, and he would let me pull stop. You can pull that stop, you can hit this button.
Mhm.
don't touch that, you know. Then my other two like inspirations, like the album from Red Teeth called Lightbender, just was out, I don't know, less than 10 years ago. And that just opened up possibilities in my brain of how to play music. And I'm friends with Ryan and Rail that made that. So I played with Ryan and No Skull later, but
Cool.
those were my 3 quick answers. I have many answers.
That's awesome. If you had to like pick like one of your like most inspiring albums that you've listened to, like is there one that like kind of hit you early that inspired you to like want to play music?
Frizzle Fry.
Really?
Primus, yeah.
Yeah.
For real.
Wow.
Frizzle
Oh, I
Fry.
loved it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. Or maybe the First Stooges album.
Nice.
Yeah. But I mean that growing up near Detroit, Iggy was everywhere. And you know, I kind of heard his solo stuff before I heard Stooges. I heard like, you know, Soldier and Lust for Life and stuff. But when I
Yeah.
heard the first two Stooges albums, I was like, oh yeah, this is it.
Awesome. And what is it about like right now that you still like keeps you inspired to play music? What is the driver for you?
Being around creative people.
Yeah.
I'm inspired by all the bands we play shows with, or bands that I see coming through town, local bands, pretty much anybody creating anything around me. That's my personal inspiration.
Nice.
What about you?
Mine is you know, frustration and anger and
Well, yeah, plenty of that.
plenty
Yeah.
of that.
World
Love
events,
that.
definitely.
Yeah.
We're smiling and
I
laughing,
mean-
but we're
I mean,
angry as
we,
fuck.
the other thing we have in common with this band, the other thing we have in common with this band is we both work retail and we have to put on a happy face all day.
I don't put
And
one on.
yeah, you know, more me than her. I did my time as the angry record store guy, the asshole record store guy, and I'm over that. And now I'm the nice record store
Now
guy.
you're the tired nice.
yeah, tired nice guy. I just can't
You're
have
nice because you're too tired to be
exactly.
angry.
Yeah. So when we play it, like that's all the angst and everything coming out. But yeah, just
Yeah.
like the more I think both of us, the more we see like any local band or band coming through, or like when you see them in clubs close up and you see what people are doing with their like different ways of expressing themselves is inspiring.
Yeah.
Like we saw that band we played with in Flint, which I had low expectations of. They had 3 guitar players, and I was like, oh, this is just going to be indie rock. And man, they were weird and twisted. And
I loved it. Yeah.
yeah, they're like super high energy.
Awesome.
Super nice. Like
Yeah.
everyone had their own superpower, kind of like
Yeah,
they were all really good at like specific things, like on stage that I noticed.
yeah,
Like one of the guitar players could jump around in a band of 5, I think it was, and didn't fall off the stage or run
nope,
into anybody.
no.
Didn't hit anybody.
Controlled chaos.
Like, it was amazing. Yeah.
So basically,
yeah.
it sounded like if Pavement were on a whole lot of cocaine.
I don't know if they were on.
No, they weren't. It was a young energy, but yeah.
Awesome. Was
Don't
it
confuse
No.
young energy with cocaine.
No, but yeah.
spastic cocaine energy?
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah,
they're
it was
calling
just
it
like
these
yeah,
days.
when they started, it was like rah.
What was this band?
What were they called?
remember?
The Zells.
Zells, the Zells.
Zells.
Yeah, from Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Oh
they're
wow.
cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they
That
were
was-
from. They traveled.
Yeah, no,
They were
I was
touring.
all ready to go. Oh, poo, like these guys, and then they started. I was like, oh crap.
I'm always excited. I'm like, oh, I've never seen this before. Can't wait. You know,
Yeah.
like I don't care what it is,
Yeah.
unless it's someone like being all bigotry style. I'll be like,
Right.
fuck you. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
other than that,
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll like it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that's how Abigail and I felt the first time we saw 68.
Yeah.
68. Oh yeah. I
Yeah.
got to play with 68 that one time.
so Who were 60? I'm not familiar. Are they still around?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Todd, you just went to see them again in the past
Yeah,
year.
yeah. Yeah, last year at the Pyramid Scheme.
Oh, all right. I'll have to
They're
check.
They're
from
from
like
Atlanta.
yeah, they're from Atlanta. Guy on these amazing drums, and then another person on, guitar loops, vocals, and they just have a lot of energy. They wear suits and skinny ties while they're
Nice.
playing, and they roll around and do stuff in suits that's hard. It's hard to do it in like sweatpants.
And they're amazing musicians. They just, again, it's going back to like Duo Fest, like you said. It was going to see a two-piece that just destroyed the room and controlled everyone. You're in awe.
That's awesome.
Yeah, they were great. They were so great. I'd see them again.
Excellent. Yeah, I'm gonna check it out. That sounds good. Sounds real good.
I like North by North too. They're another two-piece that from Chicago. Kind of like that rock and roll band. They've been through the Lansing area a couple times.
Cool. I just thought of a question I forgot to ask you guys. Like, thinking of your music, how do you describe it to other people when you say, if somebody hits, oh, you're playing a band, and you say, oh, what's the band's name? Bloody Butterflies, and then what? So what do you tell them about what you play?
I keep revising it. I haven't found any way to nail it down.
I don't know, like most people I know are not like the best at describing their own stuff because it comes from so many different places, maybe.
Yeah.
At least it does for me. But to me it's Bashington, like
Yeah.
Bashington and Breakington.
Yeah.
Because all of our stuff breaks the entire time.
Yeah.
And I'm always buying new things from
Yeah.
Todd. Thank you, Todd.
Yes.
I just got another symbol from Todd.
That was your original name, wasn't it? Bashington?
The Bashingtons.
Yeah.
For like a week or whatever.
Something like that.
I've told people it's like if you take Celtic Frost and Stooges, take out all the solos and all the vocals and just the middle parts. That's what we sound like.
Awesome.
We're like the sandwich with the crust that got cut off.
Yeah.
Or maybe we're just the crust that got cut off.
We could be just the crust that cut off all the way around.
The one that I liked most was when you guys played Displaced Manor here in town, and we're outside. You guys were playing, and the drummer from Night Goat said they have a tone that's like Venom.
Aww.
And it was, yeah, I can hear that. John's got that Venom tone in his guitar playing.
Thank you. That's nice. Thank you for telling me that. I like Night Goat too. So
awesome.
I listened to them at work today, actually.
They're like a sludgy drone Venom.
That's a good. That is really good, actually. Now I'm gonna have to go listen again.
We do like
tissue.
We do like we like the drone and we like the riff, but we never noodle.
No noodling.
No. I just sit there silently and awkwardly until the first note. Usually,
yeah.
I don't even want to do a sound check. I'm like, let's just start. I don't care what it sounds like. Because then they're like, play the full kit, and I'm like,
but
I played a No Skull song last time. I'm like, I didn't even know I remembered that.
But most of the time I describe us to people, their eyes glaze over and they're like, oh, that doesn't sound good. No vocals and other music. Yeah, it's just riffs.
Riff rejects, because it's all the Hordes reject riffs. And all my No Skull reject beats.
Yeah.
So
I do know, if I may, I do know that it's great driving music. I listened to it quite a bit when I was driving. I think the first time I listened to it, it was like in the winter time and I was in the country, and it just fit really well. So there's that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Good
I think
driving is an influence.
Because you mentioned too, Chuck, that it's like kind of concentration music, but you use different words, but it's good kind of background music for like, I'm gonna shine my shoes today.
Exactly.
I don't know where that came from. I don't think
polish my boots.
That makes me want to shine my shoes now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna buy some shiny shoes so I don't.
Joe or Todd, did you guys have any questions for these guys?
When's the next album coming out? Or how's that going?
It is in the bag.
Oh,
As soon as everything is organized and labeled, we're sending it to get mixed and mastered. So it will happen this year.
Right
And we
on.
did that with Ryan Andrews
Yeah.
These things take time.
Yeah.
and money.
Yeah.
Yes.
I hear the labels dragging their feet.
Yeah. Oh, no. Yeah.
Are you talking about Silver
It
Maple
will
Kill?
Ah.
is it
Where's
going to be
Bob, by
on?
the way?
Is it going to be on Silver Maple Kill?
Yeah, it's going to be vinyl this time.
Oh, really?
By hook or crook, it's going to be vinyl. It's going to make it
Holy
happen.
shit! Wow.
Yeah.
That
So
will
it's
be awesome.
very it's raw lo-fi. I really wanted to have it like no room sound, just in your face.
Yeah.
Low
That's-
ceiling, drop ceiling basement style.
Yeah, drop. Yep. Yeah.
Nice.
So
Oh.
it's much more like akin to like as Ryan likes the early Melvin's kind of production where it's just dry and loud, and it's got that kind of sound to it.
Oh, wow, awesome.
But that's pretty much what we've been playing as a live set too. That's all. That's the whole second album.
Nice.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, now I'm super excited for this because I
Yeah.
mean, it's great to listen to digitally, because like I said, you just kind of do your thing. You got the music going. It's
Yeah.
cool. But I love physical albums, man. Fuck. It's so
Yeah.
good. Yeah. Awesome. Cool.
This was my first album on vinyl.
Really?
Mhm.
So I mean, we haven't had
Actually-
it made yet, but
Yeah.
But
It's
yeah,
gonna
it's-
happen.
yeah,
we
that's
have it
gonna be great.
recorded.
And it'll be
Awesome.
your artwork.
It'll be
Yeah.
it'll happen.
Nice.
Yeah. It'll happen.
Awesome. Very
Thanks,
cool.
Todd. You're the best. Todd has saved me so many times. Thanks, Todd. Joe listens to all my boring stories. Thanks, Joe.
We
I
love you,
it.
Abigail.
So,
Aw, we all love each other.
Mhm.
you guys are awesome, and I'm really sorry I haven't been able to get to your shows lately. Hopefully soon.
Yeah, never worry about that.
I know.
Because there's plenty of shows I want to go to that I can't make it to, or I
Well,
just am
believe me, it's
tired.
frustrating.
Yeah. Oh
yeah.
yeah.
I play extra loud just so you can maybe hear it in the car.
I feel it. I feel it.
You can feel it.
Awesome. Well, guys, thank you so much for being on Fans with Bands. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for having
Yeah,
us.
yeah. Thanks for doing this.
I only have
Thank you.
I have one last question, and it's the controversial question that breaks up marriages. Could end world peace in some places, but not that there is much peace. But pineapple or no pineapple on pizza, John?
Mm-mm.
No,
Never
no.
ever.
I'll eat pineapple on pizza, but I won't eat ham.
Oh,
I don't eat pork, but
Well,
if it was like fake ham,
Well, I think the
would
I
you
think
order?
Sam,
Would you
I'm
order
of the
pineapple?
opinion that pineapple scientifically cannot go on pizza because of its moisture content. It will soak your crust.
Yeah.
what about pepperoni and sausage will grease out all over?
Yeah,
it.
that's true too. That is a fact. I try to avoid that too.
But yeah, I'll eat pineapple on pizza. I
All
don't
right.
care.
Joe, how about you?
There's worse things.
There is.
No.
But I'm trying to think of some. No, I've done it, but it just tastes like failure.
Yeah. Yes.
Like something went wrong here.
Right.
It shouldn't be.
Yeah, very
But no,
wrong.
it's funny how what's it called, polarizing element it truly is.
I
But,
know.
but
Yeah.
What if it's grilled first? What if you
Yeah.
grill the pineapple then put it on?
Oh.
but
might-
I just immediately thought the answer to anything is sriracha.
Yeah, yeah.
You're right.
Even
Todd, how about
failure.
you?
Failure.
Anytime and all the time.
Oh, all right.
Really? Oh.
Yeah. High five.
Okay, what about you, Chuck? Where do you stand?
I am
Or is
no
it a secret?
pineapple. No pineapple. Because
Yeah, I'm
It-
with you.
I'm not a sweet and savory person at all. Like I don't like hot and sour. Well, I take that back. I like hot and sour, but I don't like shoot, I don't know. Some Chinese think of something that's Chinese where they put sweet and savory together. No.
Yeah.
Not for me.
No.
I mean, I'm fine with like veggie pizzas or anything like that.
Mhm.
And you mentioned a good thing, John. Moisture content. Don't put like tomato slices on there either, because that just
No,
totally
not that
fucks it
either.
up.
No.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Sun-dried tomato, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Because it's dried.
Yeah.
Just make sure it's dry. But I do like a lot of sauce, but no pineapple.
No.
And I don't even, if it's on there, I don't even want to eat it. Like, if it was free, I'm still not eating it. 'cause
Yeah,
I'm
same.
like, yeah.
I know. Reject. For the birds.
Yeah.
This might be damning information if somebody's like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna get you on your birthday pizza delivered to your house.
Yeah,
It's only
pineapple.
pineapple. They just deliver a pineapple only.
Right.
Ah.
With a
Just
straw.
pineapples. Like, oh no, why? Damn you.
Mhm.
Awesome.
I delivered a pizza recently that had gorgonzola cheese and pears.
Pears?
Oh.
Yeah, that was the face I
No.
made, Chuck.
Yeah. Yeah, no pears. No.
No pears. No.
No.
Something about fruit and cheese and seafood and cheese. Just try to
Yeah.
avoid that.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm with you guys. Awesome. Well, thanks again for being on Fans with Bands. Really
Yeah.
appreciate
Yeah.
it.
Thank you.
Thanks, Chuck.
All right.
And
Thanks for
thanks,
having us.
Yeah.
Really
thanks, Bloody
appreciate it.
Butterflies.
Yeah, thank you
All right.
guys so much.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks.
See
Have
ya.
a good night.
Yeah.
Thanks to John, Abigail, Todd, Damon, Chris, Sarah, and Joe for joining me on this episode of Fans with Bands. Another fantastic time was had learning how Bloody Butterflies came to be, including the story behind their name, how they write music, and so much more. Take a listen and you'll be intrigued, stunned, and mesmerized. See the show notes for all the details and links. These are tough times for everyone in the creative industries such as music. Your support of live streaming, purchasing music, and merchandise is critical. If you can help out your local artists, please do. If you are in the Michigan area, consider following the Playing in the Detroit Area Tonight Facebook page. It is a place for fans and bands to support each other and share our combined love of music. Thank you all so much for listening. Be sure to hit subscribe on your favorite podcast service to get each and every episode of Fans with Bands. Spread the word by rating the show and leaving a comment. We want to hear what you think. You can keep in touch by following us on social media. This is a Life in Michigan production. Until next time, be well and kick out the jams.